All right, here's another little Christmas riff that can be used in several songs. We're going to do it in a bunch of different keys. Get ready. All right, this particular riff I usually use at the very end of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's kind of a sad outro for this song. We're going to start in the key of C, but I'm going to go over a bunch of different keys because different people sing it in different keys depending on what works for their voice. But most ukulele players, especially beginners, play a lot of things in the key of C. We're just going to start there. All right, so if you look at the tablature, we're going to hit, these are all going to be double stops. Double stops we've done in other videos before, other tutorials. Double stop is when you hit two strings exactly at the same time. You are not strumming, you are plucking. And you're only going to pluck the two strings that are listed on the tablature. For the key of C, it's only going to be on the A string and the E string. So you can either use your pointer and your middle finger just to pluck those two strings. Some people like to pinch with your pointer and your thumb. Either one of those will work. Either one of those will work. So do what you want. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our pointer finger on the 7th fret of the A string. The A string is the one giant cockroaches eat apples, closest to the floor. Then we're going to put our middle finger on the 8th fret of the E string, right above that. All right, and then if you look at it, we actually do that 7 times, and then again at the very end. So just learning this, you've learned more than half of the riff. That's it. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, right? You're using 2 fingers, whichever 2 fingers you want to use on your right hand to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, so just practice that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You want to get the timing right. Anybody recognize what song that is? Jingle bells, jing. We're all going to go to the next section in a second, or the next notes. So that's what you want to hear in your head when you're playing is jingle bells, jingle is the next note. We're going to we're going to leave these 2 fingers here, but we're going to add our pinky to the 10th fret of the A string and pluck it. Leave these here, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then add your pinky. All right? Now we're going to take this shape and slide it down, except for now we're going to put a fret in between. We didn't have a fret in between here, right? They were right next to each other. Now we're going to go down to the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. Pointer finger's on the 3rd fret of the A string, and your middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the E string. And you're going to pluck that once. Then move that shape up 2 frets, same shape with a fret in between, and then back to the original 7/8 with no fret in between. All right, so we're doing the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Add your pinky on the 10th fret. Slide that down to the 3, 5, 1 time, up to the 5, 7, 1 time, and then up to the 7, 8, 1 time. So jingle bells, jingle all the way. Right? That's it. So you should be able to hear that in your head in the key of C. Right? Let those last notes ring out. Don't stop them. Let them ring. All right? And you can slow it down. I think in the song, the version of the song I'm thinking of goes slower. It goes. sort of like that, sort of a dramatic ending to the song. I can't remember exactly which. There's a couple of different versions of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas where they do that. It might be Nat King Cole's version that I'm thinking of, but not all of them have that at the end, but it's just something that some people have added at the end of the song. But also, like I said, it's also the beginning of Jingle Bells, so you could actually use that as a solo to Jingle Bells in the key of C. Not just this. That's a good starter point. Maybe that's something I could do later on. Is just do a little Jingle Bells solo, including this riff. But this is in the key of C. So when you're done, not when you're done. Actually, that's the end of the song. But you want to make sure that the rest of the song is in the keys. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. So you want to make sure that you're starting on the key, the chord of C, and then you're going to end. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I've taught this in other videos. So these two notes, a chord is made up of 3 notes. So this is a double stop, 2 notes, but there is a C right here. This is the way to make it. It's actually a G shape. You can do this, and as long as you're just strumming, well, actually, this will work with a 3 strings. You could do that also. That is a C, but it's a G shape. But the other way of doing that shape up the neck is there. So that's where that shape and those notes are coming from. So they are coming from the chord of C. All right. All right. So pause the video, practice it a whole bunch. Download the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas in the key of C. And at the very end, it's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas now. So right on now is when the little riff starts. And it, like I said, it slows down dramatically. And it'll let the last notes ring out. So great job. If those of you are interested in trying to figure it out in other keys, let's keep it going. All right, in the key of D, we're going to do pretty much exactly what we did in the key of C, except for we're moving all of the notes up 2 frets. So we had 7, 8 in the key of C, but we're going to move it up 2 frets, or 1 whole step, or 2 half steps. So we just do the same shapes that we did, but now it's 9, 10 at the same exact time. And then we, right after that, we're gonna add our pinky to the 12th fret, right? Then slide this down to the 5, 7. All right, now we have a space in between, and then slide that up 2. We got another space between. This is 7, 9. And then right back up to the 9, 10. So. That was poorly done. That's it right there. All right, so that's in the key of D. For those of you who might want to change the key a little bit to make it match your voice better. Or maybe your group already learned it in the key of D and they don't want to change everything, so you can do it in the key of C or whatever. And a lot of people don't play it in the key of E, but I'm going to show you how to do that anyways. All right, so for the key of E, I know a lot of people don't do this, do a lot of songs on ukulele in the key of E, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the high notes all the way up here. In order to do the high notes, you're going to have a ukulele that has 14 or more frets. If you don't have a ukulele that has 14 or more frets, I'm also going to show you how to do the same thing with lower notes with the middle 2 strings right after this. All right, so for the key of E, let's go back to the key of C. We did a 7, 8, right? Moved it up 2. That's the key of D. In order to do the key of E, you have to move it up 2 more. We're going to be on the 11th fret and the 12th fret. A pointer on the 11th fret of the A string, middle finger on the 12th fret of the E string, right? Use these dots as reference points to help you navigate the fretboard, all right? So your middle finger is going to be where they have a different mark. Usually the 12th fret has some kind of a different mark. They're all different, so it's not necessarily, mine has 2 dots, but I have other ones that have stars, and some people have shells or hula girls or spirals, or it's whatever you have. So just try to use those as a reference point. So here we're going to do it in the key of E. We're going to do everything the same shapes we just did, but now we're moved up 2 more frets, all right? That's the 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then we're going to add our pinky to the 14th fret. Mine has a marker on the 15th fret, so that helps me reference that one lower than that is the 14th fret. And then we're going to go to the 7, 9. I've got a marker on the 7th fret, and then I know there's a space for 8, and then middle finger is going to be on 9. And then we're going to move that up to 9, 11. I know that's the 10th fret, so that's 9th. That's the 10th fret, so that's the 11. And then we go right back home where we were back on the 11th and 12th. All right, we're going to do the key of F now. So just like the key of E, this is going to go up far up the neck. So before you learn the high notes, make sure you have at least 15 frets on your ukulele. If not, then I'll show you after that how to do them in the middle 2 strings with lower notes. But we're going to try to do this. So just as a reference, we started with C here, moved up 2 to D, moved up 2 to E, and now with F, it's only a half step higher or 1 fret higher. So you just move those 2 fingers to the 12th and 13th fret. Pointer finger on the 12th fret of the A string, middle finger on the 13th fret of the E string. And now we're going to go to the 15th fret with your pinky, just add it there. And then slide your fingers down to the 8, 10. You got the 7th reference point. So one above that is 8th, and you got a dot on the 10th fret or a marker for the other one. And then slide that up to the 10, 12, and then back home to the 12, 13. All right, that's the whole thing in the key of F, high notes. All right, now for those of you who don't have 15 frets, let's go to the middle. We're going to do the same thing, same shapes we did in the key of E, but now we're going to be starting on the 5th fret. So we're going to bar the 5th fret, but you only hit the 2 middle strings, the C string and the E string. Now you're going to add your pinky on the 8th fret of the E string, right? Then you're going to slide your finger down to the 1st fret and the 2nd fret, and then move that up to the 3rd and 4th fret, and then flatten out your pointer finger again on the 5th fret. So all right, so just pause it and give it a shot. And just make sure you're hearing jingle bells, but slower, you know. All right, key of G, high notes. Holy cow, Kirk, we're getting way up there. So you want to make sure you have 17 frets on your ukulele. Not everybody has ukuleles with 17 frets. A lot of the ones that I play on a regular basis don't have 17 frets. This Miyamoa happens to have its 17 frets, so this is great. It actually has more than that. So remember the reference points, 12. The next one is next marker anyways, is a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 frets on this. I believe I have another one that has 21 frets on it, but I have it tuned as a baritone, so it would not work for this tutorial. So this Miyamoa is perfect. All right, so the key of G. This is actually the key that I sing it in. This is the one that works best for my vocal range. All right, I will show you the high high notes of it, and then I will show you the low notes for those who don't have a ukulele that goes up to the 17th fret. All right. So now we started here with the C, moved up 2 for D, moved up 2 for E, 1 more for F. Now we're moving up 2 more for G. So your pointer finger is going to be on the 14th fret, and then your middle finger is going to be on the 15th fret. All right, double stops, do both of them at the same time. Now there's no markers up here, so start to think, where would the 17th fret be? You got the reference from 15, so 16, 17. So that's where your pinky's going to go when you get to that point. All right, so. All right, just add that there. Now you're going to slide your fingers down to the 10, 12, which usually have markers. And then 12, 14, you got a marker for 12. 14 is 1 lower than 15. And then right back home, back to 14, 15. Oh, that didn't. Now, as you get up here, the frets get smaller, so you want to make sure that you hit it exactly as you can. And add some extra pressure. That always helps the further up the neck you are, so. All right, and then slide back down to the 12, 14, or 10, 12, and then the 12, 14. Did it again. I didn't hit it hard with my pinky. That's why I always encourage people to use their pinky, because it makes it stronger, and then hopefully you will hit the notes right, because that's at the very end of the song, so you want it to end well. All right, here is the key of G for lower notes. We're actually going to stay on the same 2 strings, A and E, for this one, except for 1 double stop is going to be in the middle 2 strings. But let's start with the 2nd and 3rd fret right there. Pointer finger on the A string and middle finger on the E string. It's sort of like I explained in one of the other ones, is these 2 notes are part of the G chord, if you notice, right? This is how we normally would do a G chord. Those 2 notes are just being played with these 2 fingers instead of that. So that's one way to start learning the fretboard, is like what notes make up which chords. So you got those. So this one, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now pinky on the 5th fret. Now this is where we're going to switch strings. We are going to go to the 3rd and 4th fret with your pointer and middle finger on the E and C string, right? Right? So it's. So practice that. Switching strings like that in the middle of a double stop is a little difficult at first. So I'm doing the 2, 3, 5, 3, and then switching to the middle 2 strings, 3, 4. Don't worry about going to the next part yet. Get this down. All right. All right. And then go to the next part. Now, the next part, you're going to hit the A string open, so you're going to use your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. And then move that up back to where we were, 2, 3. That's it. So practice that part too when you're doing 3, 4 in the middle 2 strings, and then O2 on the E and the A string. Just watch your finger placement. Some people go, that'll work too, but you just want to be consistent about it, because your muscle memory builds up on whatever you're doing. Whatever you're repeating is what it's going to do. And then if you try to mix it up, your brain will pause for a second and it'll won't go as smoothly. All right, so that's the key of G. All right, here's the key of A. You ready for that? Basically, we're going to do exactly what we just did, except for now we're going to move everything up 2 frets. We were doing in the key of G right here, but now we're going to move 2 up. All right, so pointer finger on the 4th fret and middle finger on the 5th fret. Then add your pinky on the 7th fret. Now we're going to slide down, lift your pointer finger up again. Your middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the E string, but you're going to hit the A string open. Then slide your middle finger up 2, add your pointer finger to the 2nd fret of the A string, and then slide it up 1 more, back to home. 4, 5. Right? There you go. All right. So for the key of A, we just did the lower notes. If you want to do the higher notes, this is going to be even more complicated, right? So it goes up to the 19th fret. So we got the 12th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. That is the last fret I have on this particular ukulele and this Maimoa. So we're going to do the same shapes we did for all the other ones with the higher notes. But now your pointer finger is going to be on the 16th fret. Holy cow, all the way up here. And then your middle finger is going to be on the 17th fret, all the way up here. So you got the marker for 15, pointer finger on the 16th, 1 more fret, and the 17th is 2 from there. And then when you add your pinky, you might not even have enough space for your pinky. You can use your middle finger if you want for the 19th fret. Right? Hear that? It's hard to get your finger in there. If you don't do it right, it doesn't ring out very long, does it? So, I don't normally do it this high, but somebody else might want to do it that high. Give it a shot. The more you practice, it might sound a little bit better with your pinky to get in there. But same thing. All right, and then you're going to slide your pointer and middle finger down to the 12th and 14th fret. All right. Not an easy thing to do, so practice, practice, practice. All right, and the last one. All right, this last one is in the key of B. Most people don't play in the key of B, but just in case this is the best one for your voice or the one that your group chose to play or whatever, I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, the only thing with this one is we sort of did all the high notes in the key of A up here, and then we ran out, right? The 19th fret was the last one I have on this one. Now, there are ukuleles that have 20 frets, 21, 22, 23, whatever. If you have that, then you can do everything I taught in the key of A, the high notes, and just move everything up. Move everything up 1 half step or 1 fret. All right. But in the key of B, when you're playing a B chord, is like that. So what I'm going to teach you is actually going to be higher than that. So they're sort of mid notes. Instead of the higher notes or lower notes, these are sort of mid notes. That's what it is right there compared to that. So it is high. It's going to resonate over the chords. What you do is you put your pointer finger on the 6th fret, middle finger on the 7th fret. You have reference points to the 5th and the 7th fret. And then same thing, jingle bells. Add your pointer or middle, holy cow, pinky to the 9th fret. You got a reference point from 10, and then slide down to 2, 4, and then slide up to the 4, 6, and then back home to the 6, 5. And that's it. Hopefully that's enough keys for you guys to give it a shot. Challenge yourself to learn them all if you want, but Christmas is a short time of year, obviously, so pick a key that works for you, work on that one, and have a lot of fun. Good job.